अस्सलाम वालेकुम फ्रेंड्स, कैसे हैं आप सब। उम्मीद करती हूँ कि आप सब खैरियत से होंगे। तो आज की वीडियो को करते हैं स्टार्ट। आज की वीडियो में हम बात करने वाले हैं ऑक्यूपेशनल हेल्थ एंड सेफ्टी स्पेशलिस्ट के बारे में। व्हाट डू दे डू, देख लेते हैं कि जी क्या करते हैं। एन ऑक्यूपेशनल हेल्थ एंड सेफ्टी स्पेशलिस्ट कुड monitor the indoor air quality of factories to make sure workers are not exposed to toxic levels of chemicals, inspect nuclear power plants and evaluate their procedures to ensure workers are not exposed to radiation, hold safety training for supervisors of farm workers to teach them precautions to take during a heat wave and how to recognize heat stroke. Review the history of assembly line workers' injuries to detect patterns in the accidents. Overview देख लेते हैं। Many people work in environments that have obvious potential dangers like collapses in mines, chemicals in laboratories, or machinery in factories, but there can be hazardous in almost any job, like repetitive stress injuries from constant computer use or from scanning groceries. Occupational health and safety specialists identify potential hazards in a job and then figure out ways to reduce the risk of accidents or injuries to workers or to the public. They also investigate accidents when they do happen, writing reports that detail the causes and making recommendations to prevent future mishaps. Their motto is safety on the job is no accident. core task देख लेते हैं। Think about if you would like the typical task an occupational health and safety specialist might do. Recommend measures to help protect workers from potentially hazardous work methods, processes, or materials. Order suspension of activities that pose threats to workers' health or safety. Investigate accidents to identify causes or to determine how such accidents might be prevented in the future. Inspect or evaluate workplace environments, equipments, or practices to ensure compliance with safety standards and government regulations. Collaborate with engineers or physicians to institute control or remedial measures for hazardous or potentially hazardous conditions or equipment. Develop or maintain hygiene programs such as noise surveys, continuous atmosphere monitoring, ventilation surveys, or asbestos management plans. Coordinate right to know programs regarding hazardous chemicals or other substances. Collect samples of dust, gases, vapors, or other potentially toxic materials for analysis. Conduct safety trainings or education programs and demonstrate the use of safety equipment. Analyze incident data to identify trends in injuries, illnesses, accidents, or other hazards. Investigate the adequacy of ventilation, exhaust equipment, lighting, or other conditions that could affect employee health, comfort, or performance. Investigate health-related complaints and inspect facilities to ensure that they comply with public health legislation and regulations. Collect samples of hazardous materials or arrange for sample collection. Maintain or update emergency response plans or procedures. Inspect specified areas to ensure the presence of fire, प्रिवेंशन इक्विपमेंट, सेफ्टी इक्विपमेंट और फर्स्ट एड सप्लाइज। जी तो फ्रेंड्स, ये थी मेरी आज की वीडियो। उम्मीद करती हूँ आपको पसंद आई होगी। अगर आप लोगों को मेरी ये वीडियो पसंद आई है तो इसे लाइक करना मत भूलिएगा और मेरे चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर लें। फिर मिलेंगे किसी नेक्स्ट वीडियो में। टिल देन अपना ख्याल रखिएगा। अल्लाह हाफिज़।